Hey friend, if you're watching this while side-eyeing that pile of laundry in the corner, same. I get it. Honestly, if dishes could wash themselves just once, I swear I'd be a better person. But here we are. And if you're anything like me, you've probably had that moment where you stand in the middle of the room and think, where the heck do I even start? It's not that you're lazy, it's that your brain is already juggling 100 other tabs work, family dinner emails you haven't opened. And now the house is yelling too. So in this video, I'm going to share some super practical ways to get started without needing motivation, without making a giant plan, and most importantly, without feeling completely wiped out. These are things that help me get out of that frozen, overloaded state in a real home with real mess and zero aesthetic containers. Just life. Messy, real loud life. If you're looking for something small and doable that helps you feel just a little lighter today, I think you're going to find it here. And the first tip, honestly, I thought it was ridiculous until it worked. Before we even touch a single item, I want to ask you something. How do you want to feel in your home? Not what you want it to look like. Not how it should be according to that decluttering expert or what your mother-in-law would approve of. But really, when you walk through your door after a long, draining day, what feeling do you wish would greet you? For me, I just wanted the noise to stop. Not the literal noise, the mental noise. The to-do list in every corner. The guilt over unfolded laundry. That little voice that says, you should be doing more. So I stopped asking, how do I make this house look nice? And started asking, how can I make this house feel easier to live in? And once I shifted my goal from pretty to peaceful, the overwhelm got quieter. I wasn't aiming for clean, I was aiming for calm. Now here's something that genuinely helped when everything felt like too much. Most of the mess around you, it usually falls into one of 5 simple categories. Trash, dirty dishes, laundry, things that are in the wrong place, things that don't have a home yet. I know it sounds too simple, but stick with me. One afternoon, I was staring at our dining table. It looked like chaos receipts, toys open mail, 2 half-full water bottles, a single flip-flop, and a hoodie from last week. But when I really looked, here's what it broke down to. Trash equals crumpled receipts, laundry equals the hoodie, dirty dishes equals the water bottles, wrong place equals the toy and the flip-flop, no home yet in the unopened mail. That was it. Not 20 problems, just 5. And when I saw it that way, I didn't freeze. I just started. And it was done in under 10 minutes. So if your space feels overwhelming right now, try this. Don't see the mess. See what type of mess it is. Because 5 simple types, that's something your brain can handle even on a low energy day. And if this kind of small but powerful shift makes sense to you, stick around. I'll be sharing more of the most effective, realistic cleaning tips I've learned. I'd love to have you with me. Let me tell you something I wish someone had told me earlier. You do not need motivation to clean your house. You don't. You just need to move. Not clean, just move. Here's what I mean. Last Thursday, I came home from work, looked around, and thought, nope, not today. The kitchen was a mess. The living room looked like a yard sale exploded, and I hadn't folded laundry in, well, long enough. I wasn't about to roll up my sleeves and get to work. But I did one thing. I stood up, took a deep breath, 3 slow counts and 3 out. Then I walked to the sink, not to do the dishes, just to get water. I clapped my hands once. That's it. And as silly as it sounds, that moment snapped me out of the fog. My body moved first. Then my brain followed. That's how motivation works. You don't think your way into action, you move your way into momentum. So next time you feel stuck and frozen in place, don't tell yourself to start cleaning. Just tell yourself to stand. Walk 10 steps. Open a window. Stretch your arms. Clap once. Let your body lead. And here's the second part, maybe even more important than the first. Watch your words. So many of us walk through our homes saying, I have to clean. I should do the dishes. I need to fold that basket of laundry. But what if just for today, you changed that I get to clean this space? I deserve to walk into a calm kitchen. I want to make this room feel easier to live in. It's a small shift, but it flips the energy completely. You go from pressure to permission, from guilt to choice. And when something feels like your choice, even if it's still work, it's work you're willing to do. So no, you don't need motivation, you just need a breath, a step, a better sentence in your head. The hardest part isn't always starting. Sometimes it's not stopping once you finally begin. You get moving and then boom, you hit a weird object. Or you can't find the trash bag, or your kid walks in with a snack emergency. Momentum gone. So this part is all about protecting your rhythm, keeping your pace steady without burning yourself out. First, choose something embarrassingly small to start with. Not the whole kitchen, not declutter the hallway. Something like wipe the bathroom mirror, pick up 3 pairs of socks, fold just the clean pillowcases. Let me tell you exactly what I did last Tuesday. I came home from work, put down my bag, and saw the usual disaster zone dining table covered in mail, couch full of laundry, floor scattered with Legos and cereal puffs. I did not touch any of that. I took one paper bag of old receipts sitting near the shoe rack, the kind we toss stuff in and forget about, and I emptied it. Threw away 90% of it. Kept one warranty slip and a single coupon. Took 5 minutes. But after that, I thought, okay, that didn't drain me, so I cleared the shoes around it too. Then I swept under the bench, all in 15 minutes, nothing major. But I walked past that area all evening feeling like I'd done something right. That's momentum. Second, prep your space to keep your flow going, not interrupt it. Here's what that looks like in my house. I used to keep all trash bags under the kitchen sink. But I'd be cleaning the bathroom, find a bunch of old product boxes, and then have to stop, walk to the kitchen, get a bag, walk back. And by then, I'd already checked my phone and lost the thread. So now I keep a roll of small bags tucked into the bathroom cabinet, another one in the hallway closet, one in my bedroom under the nightstand. Same for things I don't know what to do with, like random cords kids' party favors, or that one mug with a chipped handle I might glue someday. Instead of debating, I drop them into a box labeled "Not sure yet." It lives on a shelf near the laundry. Once a month I sort it, most of it ends up in donation or trash, but at least I didn't lose time or energy deciding in the moment. Because that's the trap, we think it's the mess that's draining us. But it's actually the micro decisions, the interruptions, the broken momentum. So the more you set up your environment to let you keep going, the easier everything feels, even when you're doing the bare minimum. If you're waiting for the perfect plan before you start, you'll stay stuck. I say this as someone who has written and ignored every type of cleaning checklist under the sun. I've made color-coded calendars. I've printed out 30-day decluttering challenges. I even taped a daily schedule to the fridge thinking that would keep me on track. Guess what? It didn't. Because the problem wasn't the plan. It was that the plan was too much for how I felt in that moment. So here's what I've learned to do instead. You don't need a perfect system. You just need one job that doesn't scare you. Not deep clean the kitchen. Just wipe the left side of the counter. Not sort all the papers. Just shred 5 envelopes. Let me give you a real example. 2 Saturdays ago, I set out to clean the entire bathroom top to bottom. I had my gloves on spray bottle ready. And then the toddler woke up early from his nap. My husband had to run out unexpectedly, and suddenly I had 20 minutes no quiet and a headache. So I did one thing. I cleaned the mirror, not even both mirrors, just the one over my sink. I used a crumpled t-shirt because I couldn't find the microfiber cloth, but after that I wiped the light switch too. Then the door handle, then the toothbrush holder. Not because I had a plan, but because my body was already moving. And the little things started to add up. This is why I say strategy is great, but flexibility is better. Checklists can be helpful. I keep one taped inside a kitchen cabinet, but I use it as a menu, not a rule. Some days I'm in the mood for organizing the junk drawer. Other days I barely manage to sweep the floor. But either way, I'm still doing something, and that counts. The best plan is the one that matches how much you've got to give today. And you get to decide that, not the schedule on your fridge. So next time you feel like skipping the plan, do it. Do the thing that feels doable instead. Because progress doesn't come from discipline alone. Sometimes it comes from being kind enough to just start small. Let's talk about the hard part, deciding what stays and what goes. Because sometimes it's not about clutter anymore, it's about us, our guilt, our memories, our maybe one day thinking. That's the part that feels heavy, not just in the house, but in your chest. So here's a question that has helped me make decisions faster and with a lot less regret. If this item disappeared today, would I even notice? I asked myself this last month while going through my kitchen. We had this big, chunky waffle maker. Took up half a cabinet. It was a wedding gift. We used it twice in 5 years. Every time I pulled out a mixing bowl, I'd have to shift that thing to the side, and every time I did, I'd think, we should use it more. But then I asked, if this was gone tomorrow, would I miss it? And the answer came fast. No, I wouldn't miss it. I'd be relieved. That's when I knew it could go. Sometimes the clearest answers come not from, should I keep this, but from, would I even care if it was gone? Now for the things that don't feel so easy, give yourself a middle ground. You don't have to decide right now. Make a not sure yet basket or a box. Label it whatever you want. I call mine maybe later. Here's how I use it. A few weeks ago, I found a little tray I bought from a thrift store. I thought it'd be cute in the bathroom, but I never actually used it. I couldn't bring myself to toss it, but I didn't want it on the counter either. So I dropped it into the maybe later box and slid it under my bed. And I set a reminder on my phone for 6 weeks later. When the alert popped up, I opened the box. I didn't even remember the tray was in there. That was all the answer I needed. Here's the beauty of this method. You're not forcing yourself to let go right away. You're just saying, not now. But I'll come back to this. And most of the time, you won't. Because the thing didn't matter as much as you thought. And you'll realize the stuff you don't miss is the stuff you're ready to release. You're not decluttering for someone else to admire your space. You're not doing it for a before and after photo. You're doing it so that you can exhale when you walk through the door, so that your space doesn't talk back at you, so it doesn't feel like another demand in a day already filled with noise and pressure. Your home should feel like a pause, not another tab left open in your mind. And here's the truth. Today you don't need to feel inspired. You don't need to feel ready. You don't need to do it all. You just need to start. One drawer, one sock, one corner of a counter. That first step won't make your home perfect, but it will start to bring back that feeling you've been craving, the one where your mind quiets down, and you finally feel like you're in control again. If this video helped even just a little, I'd love for you to stick around. I share realistic, low-pressure ways to declutter and reset the kind that work in real life, not just on Instagram. Subscribe if you want more moments like this, and maybe leave a comment. What small thing are you going to start with today? We're in this together. No pressure, just progress.